hello. Hopefully the audio is good. I checked it to be safe here, but I want to say welcome, you guys. This is a show known as Beard Advice Live. My name is Dan C. This is the Mayor. Mayor, how you doing?
I'm a 10 out of 10 tonight. Glad to be here. Look forward to it. It's beard season. We got maybe some people joining us for the first time tonight that are fresh into their, 3 weeks into their beard, roughly, almost.
Yeah.
Maybe they started No Shave November, whatever it is. If you're here and you have questions, that's what we're here for at Beard Advice Live.
Absolutely. And on this show, we have some traditions that we'll touch in a second. But the kind of foundation of this show is, hey, Max, thank you, sir, is to help people out with their beard. I was talking to somebody about this today, and it really hit me, and I was like, we have the ability to influence people's confidence, the ability to influence the way someone thinks about themselves when they walk in a new room. And that is what this show is about. And so how it works is people send in pictures of their beards, and it's relative to whatever they need help on. And then they give a little write-up giving their goals that they want to reach, telling us about the problems they're experiencing with their beard, and it can be super specific, it can be super general, and we get some follow-ups where they say, hey, you recommended this, here's a before and after photo. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. It's 100% free. We're not selling anything, we're not pushing anything, we're just here to help you guys out. And a really cool thing is we also take questions during this show. So if you have something that you're wondering about your beard, about a beard product, something that the mayor does, something that you're wondering about me, and you haven't found a really good time to ask, we encourage it, we need it, we welcome it. So if you have a question, it's gonna be about halfway through the show, we'll have the question segment. You can put it at any time and we will save it, but we will address those at the midway point of the show. And for example, a good question that we have here, Dan, are you wearing a collared shirt? I am not. I am wearing a rare hoodie.
That is crazy.
I had to run out to go do a couple of things, and I was gonna shower, and then after I showered this morning, I was gonna shower after, and then I just had to get the kids to bed and stuff. The family's been sick all week. Sam's still down and out, trying to recover and get better. I actually went out and got different COVID tests, and she's negative. Whole family's been negative all week, but I've done everything. It said Saturday morning, so I have a hoodie on from leaving the house. Didn't feel like taking it off, but it's very rare that I wear one, but if I do, it's like this. It's light, it's solid color. So no collar, but we'll say the mayor's looking fresh. You get a haircut this week?
No, I'm due. I'm actually due. It's a little long.
I thought it looked good.
Hey, thank you.
Looked really fresh.
Thank you. Hey, I don't know if we said beardadvicelive@gmail.com is that email address that you send into. Don't send in for tonight. We can't. We're just not magic. Okay, we don't have. There's no crew behind there. There's no studio producer, no director. It's us. So next week you would be on, and we're usually pretty good about turning around. The ones you saw that you will see on this show, they sent in this week.
Yep, and I believe are current. We don't have any that are carrying over to next week right now, and we will put that email up, scrolling down at the bottom just a bit here. But first, we would encourage you and welcome you guys to hit that thumbs up to show that you like this video on your way in. And if you want to share this because maybe it'll help some other beards out there, that would be amazing. If not, we love everybody that's here, and we value every single one of you. So thank you. beardadvicelive@gmail.com. Next week, I will be remote, but we'll still have the show as normal. I'll just be kind of phoning in on my phone.
I'll be on remote too, probably out of the car.
Perfect. Probably same here. I may be carring it up too. So we'll get it going to be a little bit different, but we'll make sure that we figure some kind of show, some way, somehow out, and even if it's not featuring beards, we'll let people know that it'll be for the following week. But we'll be here. You guys can count on that.
Seems like, I was just gonna say, it seems like the car is a great little studio.
It is.
Because you have to control the sound.
Yep.
And you gotta, you've had people walking by and at the campgrounds and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So it gets wacky. The bugs.
Yep, absolutely. And as always, guys, Peter, of course, man, you're welcome. I had a great talk with Peter today. If you guys ever need anything, if you ever want somebody to talk to, I'm here. The mayor's here. He was like, you said people can vent. Do you really mean that? Yeah, absolutely. I'll give my feedback. I'll listen. Whatever you guys need. I am genuinely always here for you guys. So absolutely, Peter, man, I got you anytime, dude. Mayor, other than how the show works, we have a couple traditions that are coming up on 3.5 years now. What do we do?
Well, first of all, I want to preface this with we both have pretty good dedication to health, especially lately. We've really kind of turned some corners with that.
Yep.
But we treat ourselves on Wednesday nights, and we do that with a Mountain Dew, typically regular Mountain Dew, but this week we're going with Code Red. want to hit the close up?
Yeah,
I know, you know
baby.
your camera better than me. So we treat ourselves. Yeah, this is like dessert for us, right? And then in addition to having a pop, we usually do some kind of a jerky meat snack of some kind. Not pickled bologna. I learned that early on. Like that was
one of the first
way
ones.
back.
Yeah.
Like we had paper plates.
Do you guys? Is this? I feel like it's a regional thing. Do you guys have pickled bologna? Do you like pickled bologna? I was traumatized by trying that sour, disgusting
Sour. It is
pickled
sour.
bologna. Oh my god! Around here we call it a Burton thing. And Sam, my wife, was born in Burton and stuff, so I think she likes it. And pickled
Do
bologna
you
is
think
disgusting.
its taste is genetic as well as cultural? Like there's some gene pool, like we there's certain like we like maybe like you inherit your taste what you prefer from.
I think so.
I think
at
it's
least
to a point.
At least in the pregnancy, you know,
Yeah.
everyone says like my mom was like, I ate oranges when I was pregnant, and I love oranges. So yeah, it could be. Never heard of it. Okay, all right. Sounds horrible. Never heard of it. I knew it was a regional thing.
Yeah,
Did you know that?
never heard of it.
Yeah. Look at everyone's up
I
here.
don't know. I don't know.
I've never heard of pickled bologna
think-
here in California. I'm telling you, it's a regional thing. Look at this. Never heard of it. Never heard of it. Never heard of it. I'm a chef and never heard of it. Never heard of it. Wow, that's hilarious. Okay, we do have one in Kentucky. Kentucky makes sense. That's pretty much Burton.
Whoa.
Yep, that's pretty
Whoa.
much not in Florida. Never heard of it. Look at Midwest. I think so. I
You
think
guys,
it
you
is.
just take the bologna, you put it in the pickle juice, essentially, right?
Ugh.
Pickle brine.
Luckily, we don't, even though it looks like this may be a pickle down here. Luckily, we don't have that tonight, you guys. Please do not run out and try pickled bologna. Trust me on that one. We are going with the classics. We got the Hatch Green Dukes, and we have the Hot Dukes here. They never let you down. They are there. They're tried. They're true. They're tested, and we enjoy them. They're good ones.
Wait, they don't know about pickle bologna. I
knew it was regional.
Huh. Sounds
We have a bunch of regional things.
It's not okay. You know, it's just not for you. That's fine.
Oh, it's so gross. Yeah, in Michigan, we have a couple regional things, and of course, they expand elsewhere, but like euchre, I was surprised to know that there's only a couple of states that play the card game euchre.
Yeah.
And in Michigan, it's like a rite of passage. You have to learn euchre. Fago pot, or Werner's more specifically, is a super Michigan thing. So, and I know they sprinkle out elsewhere out there, but it is, never heard of it. Look, that's wild, man. Yeah, pickled bologna. And in Hawaii, of course, they do Spam. I've never had Spam. Never once have had Spam. What about you?
I don't think so. Maybe as a gag to try it.
Okay.
For a bite, but I don't recall.
Yep. And Ken has played euchre before. Nice. Yeah,
Oh wait, I can have my pop now.
Yeah. Cheers.
That I was looking forward to this all day. I actually had self-control, didn't have anything else.
That's awesome.
I'm doing good.
I had one today. I will admit it, but that's okay. It's been a rough week for me, guys.
Dude.
Handling Violet alone is a task on its own, but also having to really take care of Sam and the kids, and that's what you do as a dad.
And then me,
You're
you
the
know,
rock.
if we're being honest, I can be a bit extra at times, a little drama.
And he said, I've heard it called pickle loaf in both places. It's similar to olive loaf. Okay. And Doug said, proud to say I've never learned euchre. It makes no sense to me. Doug, I'll teach
love
you some
euchre,
euchre.
man.
I do like euchre too. I haven't played in probably 8 years, but I do enjoy euchre. It's a really fun game.
I miss cards.
Mm-hmm.
I never had I don't have a partner right now.
Jason grew up. Well, Jason's in Michigan. Of course you did, man. Of course. So yes. Hey, Wayward, welcome on in. The former baseball player. What was that? Did I say something about my grandpa? Or
I
did
don't
you?
know.
I don't know. I'm
I'm
lost
just
there.
Sitting here.
Yep. Exactly, Charlie. Yeah. The Insane Clown Posse, ICP, they're from Michigan, and they drink Fago. It's our state, like, pop. You know, it's like a big deal here. I actually know the original Insane Clown Posse girl, the girl that's in all the music videos and stuff. She lives in our town.
And I know all the words to the Great Malenko,
Ooh.
but I will not sing them here.
You fancy. All right. Yeah, euchre's just a super, it is similar to spades with more confusing rules. Oh, JP, I did see that. I saw everybody posting it today. So one of Mountain Dew's most popular, one of Mountain Dew's most popular flavors that has been away for a while now is back. And it's going to launch in 2023 called Pitch Black.
Is that from the movie Pitch Black?
Could be.
Want to get back that there's another movie coming out?
Right, it lines up with it.
Seems like I feel like I see that stuff so much clearer now. I don't know why, but yeah, I don't know. So was it a good night for Code Red? We don't do Code Red.
Of course.
It's just a busy time. We needed it.
Of course. Yeah, it's whoo, man, yeah, it's some rough times, but it's all good. That's what the seasons of life, what they bring you. So I will switch at the bottom, guys. You can see down here, beardadvicelive@gmail.com. Send on in. We are proud and happy to be able to help you. And if you're new here, hopefully you'll see today, but we promise we handle everything with care. We are teachers, right? I am a former teacher. The mayor's been teaching for 20 years now. We deal with 12-year-olds that are insecure every single day, and getting them to talk, getting them to share. We promise you this is a much easier job to handle your questions, your inquiries with care. We promise that we're going to build you up. We're going to give you advice. We're going to be real. We're going to be honest, but we will do it with a way that really lifts everybody up. And so beardadvicelive@gmail.com, you guys, excited to show you where we're at. And ICP uses sugar-free Faygo because it's less sticky on stage. Interesting. I didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't know that. Huh. And Pepsi Mountain Dew.
That makes a lot of sense.
It does. It really does.
I'm going to start using that in class.
Yeah.
For all the Faygo fights we have.
Right. You got an A? Yeah, baby.
But I wanted rock and rye. Okay, here we go.
Yeah. That's
how we celebrate.
We need a Faygo festival in Michigan. That would be cool. We have a couple of major like beer breweries, and they all do their own little festivals. But I feel like there should be a Faygo festival. Okay. You know, that would be interesting. Because I went to Founders Fest. Founders is a big brewery. I can't drink any of their beer. I don't drink beer anyway. And all I could have was Faygo Pop that they had there. And I'm like, man, this would be cool to have that one. That would be really, really cool to be able to go through. We have a Baloney Fest. Yeah, I don't want that, Sean. You can keep your Baloney Fest. That's a bunch of baloney if you ask me.
I'll visit.
Yeah. Bearded Mogul, let me go ahead and grab you a link. I think we actually have this exact one in stock right now. I will put this in the chat. Mr. Mongol. It is right here. It's my wife's shop called The Beauty and the Beard MI. I haven't even talked about that in several weeks, so thank you for asking. Hey, what's up, Michael? And that's where you can grab it. So go ahead and check on that one. And isn't ICP a concert just for Faygo Festival? Could be. Yeah.
I think they drink other stuff there, though.
Could be. Yeah. Dan, your beard is looking quite large. Yeah, it's a little bit crazy tonight. It was a lot of hustle and bustle today.
I didn't get that vibe from it, but
I thought beforehand, I was like, this is big. It's not as tidy, it's not as neat as normal. I'm due for a haircut, but whew, it's been some crazy times, guys.
Stop.
Crazy times.
You're looking good, dude. Relax. You're good.
Yeah.
You're good.
Thank you, Wayward. Thank you.
That's it. If it's anything, it's good to see it styled a little differently.
For sure. You know? And that was where I was at. I was like, I'll rock it, show a little different side too. So should be good here. All right, guys. Episode 110. 110 in a row. Hey, Rich, good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. 110. We got about 50 people that have not hit the thumbs up. Just a reminder, if you guys came in, if you could just stop for 1 second, look down below the video, hit that thumbs up. It is appreciated. And we're going to get to this rocking and rolling. I think we start off with a little update, and then we got a really long entry, but very valuable entry.
All right, this is Jason B. Hi, Dan and Mr. Mayor. Mr. Mayor, you wanted to see my beard in a month from episode 103. Looks like I'm 2 weeks late. That's okay. I'm finding it looks fuller with no heat. Maybe it's time for a trim in that case. Anyways, this is me now with oil balm only. Any advice or tips are needed, I'll take them. Thank you guys for all the info.
Okay. So this is an update 6 weeks later, and we have both pictures on here. And he's saying, hey, this is me with oil and balm, no heat. I think it looks fuller that way. It's just showing his update, but also asking if we have any advice for him with this update here. Jason, boom, baby. So first and foremost, you can see the fullness. You can see the body, right? It is now, especially when you're talking in terms of like the chin, you're getting a lot of body there, a lot of growth. Great side by side right here. It looks fantastic. That is a man's beard, right? That is absolutely wonderful. Mayor, thoughts, advice, feedback?
You're absolutely right. The volume looks different, and I think it looks healthier. You know, maybe it's the light coming through, but like it just looks like the products you're using them evenly, and you can just tell when a beard is all the same texture and all that. So, dude, keep it up.
For sure. And you asked about a trim. I do not see anything that needs to be trimmed right now, but kind of piggybacking off that using Ken here, he said, I'd keep the beard right there. Great look. So if you are considering a trim, if you are in the world of thinking about it, first and foremost, establish what is your goal. Jason, if your goal is to have a beard like mine, do not do anything. There is not a single hair I would touch on that beard. If your goal is to say, hey, I think I've arrived, I think it looks great, then it's time to let it ride. Go a little bit longer, then trim back to this point, because this is the goal. This is absolutely amazing. I think this is wonderful, dude. Absolutely wonderful. So, man, truly keep it up. Have you ever considered, and I only say this because of the side profile, have you ever considered going fully bald and bearded? It looks like there's a separation here, whether it's from a fade or whatever, natural on the sideburns to the head hair. I think you would be an amazing candidate to go full bald and bearded. It would make that beard pop even more. It would be that dichotomy of the darkness of the beard to the lightness of the head hair, not color. And so just something to consider. I think, and Ken is here, he's on your team, he's saying bald and bearded time. I think it would be a good look, not any indication on your head hair, anything like that. I just think that would really make the beard kind of pop and look amazing.
And you can always grow back if you don't like the look. So just remember that, you know?
Right.
That's the thing, and it doesn't even take too long.
Right. You're probably a couple of weeks from shaving it and then going to this. And we do have some people backing this up here too. Jason said, yes, just too lazy to keep doing it. Next pick will be bald. Oh, there we go. And Eric with an A, he is I believe he's the founding member
Eric's
of
here.
Bald and Bearded.
Yeah, Eric, you know, he'll take credit for whatever you give him. That
Oh,
guy,
yeah, for
you know,
sure.
Watch out.
Hey, Joey. Thank you, man. So, dude, thank you for sending in. This looks amazing. I did think that there is a little Jason Statham in that look. Interesting. I thought that same thing. And maybe it was like biased because the name Jason was in there. So, yeah. And welcome, everybody. We appreciate you guys. If you said hello, if you're just coming in and firing away right into the comments, that's kind of my style. I like to just like watch and then randomly answer a question. They're like, oh, Dan's here. And I'm like, yeah, you know, I just kind of go
lurk.
Right. What is the best way to get the... Okay, we're going to add this one, Daniel. I'm going to star it. We will address this at our question section. And then this one is specific. He says, can you guys comment on the pic to the right, the bottom of the beard, if it should be trimmed to a straight line or fine as is? Oh, love this question, Alex.
That is a great question.
Yeah. So essentially, this is 100% personal preference. There's no right or wrong answer. However, I am a massive fan of rounded lines on medium to big beards. I'm a massive fan of very jagged, straight lines on shorter beards. The mayor has much more defined lines than I do, and I think that is a much better look for him at his beard.
I think once you get past the collarbone, it's a straight line just kind of, to me, it just doesn't feel right.
Agreed.
You know,
Agreed.
something like there's a line, like just, you can go longer than mine and have mine's maybe a little shorter. I just trimmed it, but in general, there's a rule, and like I'd say he's over that line as to where I would personally style it with a straight line.
Yeah. And maybe I'm not reading that correctly. SDZ asked a good question. Alex, could you clarify? Are you talking about the underbeard or the far right? Because maybe I
think
missed
he
that
said
one.
far right. I think he said just like talking about having a clean line on the profile.
So are you talking about right here? So first off, and maybe you weren't asking, but maybe somebody was wondering here. I would for sure have the rounded line down here. I'm asking about the third pick. Okay. So good question as well. Thank you guys for clarifying, SDZ and Mitch. I appreciate that. I'm always welcome to be like, okay, I wasn't thinking right here. So yeah, you do have some options here. You could take this point where the beard goes to the corner right there, which we call the connectors, and you could go straight through. You could go with a really, really hard line. This is 100%, again, personal preference. This, if he took a straight line right here, that would be more of like a God of War or a scuba type beard. I love this. This is, for me, a more full and natural beard. I think this fits his face shape. I think this fits his style really well. But again, it just depends on what you're going for. Now, the only other point I will add is if you do a straight line going right here, it's going to require a lot more maintenance, more frequent trims, more purposefulness with your heat and styling. You cannot do this straight line and go no heat. That it almost requires heat unless you're a genetic freak, which exists. I love this look here. If he did that, I would say, cool, I get it. But I'm a fan of the more natural fullness of that look. So I feel like that's a big one. Hey, Matt, welcome. Hey, Alan, welcome. So yeah, great question on that one. And yeah, maybe it's just an idea of rather than trimming, training. Train it with a brush, use the tool for getting that beard to look the way you want to. What do you think?
Jason, thanks for being our model on this one.
Right.
Great discussion. Fully agree, but like, again, getting back, I like the way it looks now. It just feels natural. It really kind of balances the shape of his head and stuff. I think when you get too much lower than, with a straight line, it's too much. So I think you're making the right choice. Rounded from here on out.
Yeah, for sure. But again, if anybody's like, no, I want God of War, I want really, really harsh lines, you can do that. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever.
You just got to maintain it then.
Yeah.
Guys, that's the thing. You
Big
got to
time.
remember that you cut that angle in, you got to know what you're doing. Go slowly is what I would say.
Yeah.
Cut it, because you're going to overcommit. There's people watching right now that have done it. They've gone too high, or so just be mindful.
Barber
of that.
heads.
Yeah.
For sure. Hey, Jason, welcome in, man. And he said, done, leaving it round. Beautiful, beautiful. And Dr. Real, I have starred your question, and we'll hit that at the question segment, which will probably be in about 10, 15 minutes or so. So stay tuned on that one. Hey, Jim. Hey, Eric. Thank you guys, everybody, for coming in here. Jason, what a way to start off the show. And thank you guys for the questions to follow up there. Love it, man. I can't wait to see that update of Fully Bald and Bearded. All right. Big one here, but important. And I want to go over the game plan, I think, for this one. So we have a lot of write-ups. I think we read this intro. We take a look at the pictures, and then we go question by question. So I think we have 4 questions.
I like that.
That'll be our approach on this one.
There's 2 more that are that side. We got some details today. All right, Adam, let's get going. My goal is to have a long beard, as long as I can get it, while keeping it healthy and even along the bottom. I have my girlfriend's support and encouragement, so if it makes it past my belly button, I would be more than satisfied.
Okay.
As long as it is close to the same thickness and density at the bottom and the top coming off my face. If you can do that down to your belly button, any suggestions or advice is welcome and encouraged. Thanks.
Okay. Take a look at the pictures, and then we'll pop back. All right. Love it, Adam. Love the haircut, the Viking look.
Look at the edits on the
Yeah. Going into the beard here. All right. Okay, so we have these questions here, or these pictures. Taking a look at all of these. So as we read these questions, you guys, have this image of Adam in mind as we go through. You got this stash, you got the color, the texture, the shape. Yeah, man, absolutely. So when I see a beard like this, I'm like, okay, what could he possibly be wondering? Let's take a look to see what he was wondering here.
All right, I wonder if the stress of getting laid off and the changes cause some of the hairs to continue to grow at the very steady ½ inch a month that it had been growing, and others seem to slow or stop their growth, even with biotin. Or is it because I have not had a trim in 6 months and it's just time for transparency and mustache trim, which to be honest, I'm scared to trim because I'm afraid I'm gonna mess it up, but because I'm also scared to lose length, even though I know it will look healthier.
Okay, so what he's saying here is I've had some stress in my life, and I'm wondering if some of my hairs are growing and some are not growing because of that stress, or is it just my natural growth pattern and it's because I need a transparency trim? Well, Adam, both are possible. The second one is definitely happening. If you go 6 months without trimming, everybody in this room right now is going to have different lengths of their beard. Everybody. Now, it is proven that stress can 100% slow down and stop hair growth. It can increase the shedding and the growth cycle, which is going to increase a lot of problems, right? It's going to increase the graying. There's a whole lot we could go into there. So that is possible. Now, I don't see major discrepancies of your hairs. for 6 months, these are still pretty uniform to me. So I would say that the stress likely did not have a huge impact on anything, but I would say that it's just natural growth pattern. So to add to not having stress, it wasn't your stress. Because sometimes that's like a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Oh,
it's
and it makes it worse.
right. Like my beard.
And then it is a problem.
My beard is worse when I get stressed. Now I'm stressed about my beard being worse.
Because I can't even hit my beard now.
Right. All right, so got that one checked. Let's go ahead and check number 2.
My mustache was blonde when I was younger with a red beard now. With a red beard now, I have darker colors and grays, but my mustache hairs are thinner than my beard hairs. And I know I don't have as many follicles per square inch vertically to have a thicker, denser mustache. The follicles are spaced far enough. I feel like I have transparency to my lip and skin between my lip and nose.
Okay.
I have not felt other men's mustaches compared to their beard hairs, but my mustache seemed thinner and softer than my beard hairs. Is this normal? And what are y'all suggesting for styling?
Okay.
Interesting.
Let me hit some of the scientific ones, and then we'll get to the styling and take a look at the pictures. So he said, I love the line, I've not touched other men's mustache hairs compared to their beards. But he says his mustache hair is thinner and softer than the rest of his beard. To be flat out honest, that is abnormal.
Yeah, that's the opposite of I was gonna say.
For most people, your mustache hairs are much thicker. They're much more wiry and coarse. They can even be painful and sensitive. They are almost not related to the beard. And so that is very abnormal. However, it is not non-existent. Oftentimes we see that with blonde hairs, with those hairs that are a little bit softer and that are a little bit more of an issue with the coloring and the structure and the texture of them. So yeah, we definitely have some abnormal. He said that's what I thought for sure, man. So that is a little bit abnormal, but it is what it is, right? Those are the cards you're dealt. There's nothing that's really going to change that right now. And then so he says, I feel like I have transparency from my lip and skin between my lip and nose. And then he wants to know suggestions for styling. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look here on between the lip and the nose. And I'm not there, and we only have pictures, but I have no idea what transparency you're talking about. I mean, I guess he's saying like up here, right in the middle between the lip and nose skin. If you saw this, would you think, and be honest, would you think transparency?
No, don't. This is a normal mustache to me.
Yeah, I have no concept. And we will say often, we will tell guys, hey, that mustache is going to fill in. Yeah, it's going to get there, you know?
We can get longer in style
right.
a little bit with it.
Like
but
we
don't
hold back on those things. So I don't see any transparency on this at all. And oh wow, it is Adam's birthday today.
Hey,
no way. Happy birthday, Adam. Very cool that you would take time out of your birthday to spend this time with us.
Absolutely.
Now, what about styling? Any thoughts on the everybody knows my thoughts on styling. I'll go after the mayor here, but any thoughts on how Adam should style his mustache?
You know, if he's really concerned with that question about the middle, you could style it differently, and you could try losing, if it bothers you that much, you could completely lose the length on it and just go for more like similar
like
to
your
mine.
style.
Yeah, similar to mine, just where it kind of just is part of the beard, but it isn't like stand out.
Right.
Because you have that part. Now then you could just brush down and maybe that would look different, but then you're giving up. You know, it's a long road back to that mustache if you regret it.
For sure. And that does give you a little bit more density, a little bit more thickness when you just go straight down and trim along that mustache line, the lip line. You can call it the mayor mustache. It's the Ron Swanson mustache if you watch Parks and Rec. So I think that would be a really good option. But for me, I would go with the lazy walrus. Essentially, I would lean into this style even more. I wouldn't try to accentuate the little handles on the end. I would try to blend those into the beard. Why?
Okay.
Because it's impossible to keep those symmetrical unless you really get mustache wax, you start rolling it, you start putting a lot of attention and detail. I'm not good at that. Actually, I haven't even told the mayor yet. A little bit of breaking news here, you guys, since we're speaking about mustaches. I don't know if he's watching, but if you guys happen to go to or watch or follow the National Beard and Mustache Championship that was hosted by Honest Amish in Cheyenne, Wyoming. I believe it was there. Michael, was it in Cheyenne? Well, the guy that won the entire thing, his name is Jono, and he has a mustache. We are going to have him on this show as a guest.
Wow.
So not next week, but it'll be either the week after or the following week. So we will have
That's cool.
the National Beard and Mustache.
His mustache.
It's huge.
Woo!
Huge.
Wake
So
up the kids.
I'm interested to ask mustache advice, styling advice, and I want him to touch on something that he has way more experience with than us with, and that is the idea of the competition circuit.
Yeah.
And what to learn about the competition circuit. So we are literally going to have
so cool.
the National Beard and Mustache Champion on Beard Advice Live, specifically on a live stream. It will either be the 30th or the week after. He's waiting to confirm which date works for him. So
Have we had guests before?
we've had Molly.
Okay, that's right,
we've had
yeah.
a couple. We've had a couple
right.
guests. So it's going to be almost like a question segment, and so you guys will be able to interview him and ask him questions and stuff. So it will be pretty cool. As big as horns, his mustache is huge. Yeah, it is huge. It's not the biggest that was there, but it's just really dialed in. The dude's got, I guess, just an electric personality, which was huge. I'm excited to get to know him a little bit more. So I say Lazy Walrus, Adam, because when you see here, and this is not a knock, just an observation, this is not symmetrical with this, right? These are not doing the same thing. What does a Lazy Walrus do? It blends that in so you don't ever have to think about being symmetrical. It's not even a thought. It's not even a wonder. It's not even a question. It just blends right in. So I would recommend Adam looking up the Lazy Walrus Dancy Beard video, and I think that could really help you out. And yeah, this huge news too. That same national championship is going to be in Detroit in 2024, hosted by Jason's group, the Bearded Villains. Oh no, it's the Murder City Facial Hair Club.
Okay.
But I have a feeling that the Bearded Villains are going to be involved in it as well. But yeah, absolutely, man. I am excited. Jason, I will be there. Hopefully the mayor will be there. We'll make it happen. All right, question number 3.
I line up and shave my cheeks once a week, and I hate it. I would just love to let them go and rock what I got, but I'm afraid that I would look like hung curtains from my eyeball. I hung curtains from my eyeballs. So I had to picture it. The only picture I found that had hair coming from the cheek and the area to complete was the Wolf Boy. Anyone else have hair coming from this spot and just let it go? It is thin there, and it just is not as noticeable as I think it is. So, all right,
Okay.
we're talking about...
So he is talking about this area right here. So the cheek line as it goes up. Adam, I do. So I have hairs that do go all the way up to my eyebrows, all the way up to my eyeballs, just not like the bags portion under my eye. That's where they stop. I do trim those. I am very, very fortunate that I have light blonde hairs up there, so you don't even see it when I trim them. If you have darker hair, that's a lot more challenging and a lot more routine maintenance. Yours looks very light.
Yeah.
If you are trimming them, I can't really tell. It looks very natural to me. So I would keep doing what you're doing. I think it looks really good.
Agree.
Yeah, it looks really good there. So awesome.
I always end up with waves and dents, I always end up with waves and dents, even later on when I use heat on my chin. Lower the jawline and sideburns. My chin, lower jawline and sideburns. Any suggestions on that? I am dominant right-handed, and I would expect the waves and dents to be worse on my right side. But it's worse on my left, where I have better control with my right hand. Why possibly is this? How do you use the number 8 comb differently than my Beard brand acetate comb?
Oh man, Adam, you're bringing the questions, dude. I love it. I love it. Making us work. All right. So you get waves later on in the day. Man, so much of this is going to come down to trial and error. Trying different methods. Increasing the temperature, increasing the amount of time you use the heat on your beard, decreasing it, going different directions. Hey, Ryan, literally trying every variable you possibly can, and it's going to click. It's going to make a difference. You just have to get in the trenches and figure it out. Now, when you're asking about your dominant hand versus your other hand, love that. Have a video dedicated to that. You're saying, how could that possibly be? It could have to do with the way that you're moving the devices and the heat, or it could be the other two options. One, what side do you sleep on? Do you sleep on that side of your face where it's pressing on those waves and locking them in? Or it could just literally be a natural growth pattern. I have an absolute worse curls on my left side as compared to my right side. Just naturally, same
the way
thing.
it comes off
Just
the
same
face,
thing.
yeah.
Yep. When I wake up, it looks different, and I don't favor one side or the other when I sleep. It's just a natural growth pattern.
I get these little dents right here on my chin. Come to find out, I remember this summer my chin's kind of shaped weird, so
yeah.
it grows in that way, and I'm like, I just have to undo that. I have to fix that all the time. It's just a part of it.
Yep. And Bill's right. Heat and combing technique. It really, 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 really comes down to. The technique that you use, and you acquire it by practicing, by trying stuff.
And for me, it was heat in every direction before the final direction.
Yep.
Heat up, heat left, heat right. Understanding, creating that. What's the fancy term? When the temperature where heat.
Glass transitional phase.
Getting it to that point and then getting it set.
Yep.
Makes all the difference.
Yep, and some people do this, and I know Ken does this from Hawaii, and I know G Squared does this. Some people over straighten. It's straighter than what they would like, and they know that nature's gonna correct it as soon as they step outside, right? As soon as they do. All right, Jason, take care, buddy. All right, and then you also asked, and we'll take a look at the dips and waves in a second. How do you use the number 8 different than the Beard Brand comb? Oh, man. Entirely. So the number 8 has a handle. The number 8 has longer teeth, has wider space teeth, and so it's just about getting in, going through that beard. The Beard Brand or the Kent comb, the acetate cellulose, the plastic combs. Oh man, I don't even know how to articulate it. It's a good question. They are literally 2 different tools, 2 different procedures. I would say, here would be my best thing for you, Adam. Go find my original morning routine video, which is on the front page, most viewed video on the channel. I use the Kent comb in that one. See how I use the method? And then look up, if Doug's in here still, hopefully he'll hook us up. Love you, Doug. Gotta get together soon. I owe you. Look up blow dryer and heated brush, Dancy Bearded, and you'll find a video, not the one of me holding them up like this, but the one of me actually going through my beard, and it shows 2 different pictures. You will see my routine with that number 8 comb. You'll see exactly how I hold it. It's gonna be way better than me trying to sloppily explain what I do. You can actually go see that one.
I know for me, a Kent comb, that shape is just for like a finishing styling, but whereas the Chicago comb's a tool. It's for adding volume, and I use it during the whole process in the beginning of styling my beard. And
perfect. The girlfriend who is in here, you're an amazing girlfriend. Hopefully that becomes fiance, Adam.
Yeah, that's a good call.
She got him the Abrolé Pro for his birthday. He has a new tool, and his birthday's today, so I'm assuming he has that. Adam, that's going to change everything. That is going to change everything. Those areas that you're pointing out, that is where I use the heated brush. I have this exact same growth pattern right here. I have this exact same S-curl right here, and I have the same mustache, like, not uniform growing. Dude, you are going to 100% use that heated brush just like I do. Thank you, Doug. Yeah, just like I do. Man, that's going to make all the difference in the world. So stay tuned, play with that, have some fun. You got an amazing tool, an absolutely amazing tool for that job.
My beard is almost 6 inches long, probably down to 4 or 5 with transparency trim, which is probably needed. What length is a medium beard become a long beard? I have heard that there are some standards for beard competitions, so I've heard some I've heard say 8, some said over 9 inches. What do you guys consider a long beard?
Great question.
Yeah.
Here's my answer. There is no right answer, right? Beard competitions depend on the size of the competition. If it's a bigger competition, they have more categories. If it's a smaller competition, they have less categories. There's no rule. There's no rule book. This is my definition, purely mine. A short beard is a beard that wraps and contours to your face. The mayor is in short beard territory right now. It's a full beard. It's a beard, but I would describe his as a short beard. I believe it becomes a medium beard when that beard starts facing down to the ground entirely. So if you see like the sides of his face and you see right here, it still is wrapping and contouring to his chin. Barely. If he lets it go a couple of weeks or a month, it's gonna be in that range. So for me, once you get to pointing straight down, it is now a medium beard. I believe you hit long beard territory at 6 inches plus. So when you go measure from the bottom of your bottom lip, which is competition measurement, and you go down to 6 inches, you are now in a long beard, right? If my beard was here and you were to ask anybody, hey, what is that guy's beard like? They're going to say that's a long beard. You know, it's just how it is. So mine, I agree with Ken here. I believe 6 inches plus is a long beard. Pretty straightforward. All right, I think that's all he was asking, right? Okay. Hey, man, great beard. If you dial in that technique and you do a trim, send back in. We would love to see you. And dude, happy birthday, man. That's really cool. Very cool. All right.
All right, this is Dan M. with a question. I love the Aberlight Pro, but sometimes I hear cracking sounds as I comb through my beard. My morning routine is to shower using Beard Octane's LCW wash, or LCW. I rinse very well, towel dry just slightly until it's just slightly damp. I apply beard oil and wait 5 minutes. I use a temperature of 320 to 340 depending on how much straightening I want. Every several days I get crackling sounds as I comb the Aberlight through my beard. It can happen with any of my beard oils. I clean the Aberlight regularly, so it's not the problem. Why does this happen? Am I doing something wrong? Could I be harming my beard? Should I ignore the Rice Krispies and have Rice Krispies breakfast?
It's funny because I said Fruity Pebbles in my video today. And I will say, Daniel is an amazing human. Dan, I apologize, got Dan on here. I super value him as a friend, as a channel contributor. And this is a question he reached out to me and followed up and essentially said, I'm pretty sure I know the answer, but would this be a good question for Beard Advice Live? I immediately said yes, because it is something that a lot of people wonder and a lot of people ask about. And the answer, he was right, of course. But the answer is very simple. It's just water in your beard. Yep. And Paul had it right here. It is. It's just simply water in your beard.
It happens all the time.
Yep. Nothing to worry about.
But good, like the first, I didn't know what it was.
No.
I had to think about it.
You're likely gonna hear cracks, and you're likely at times gonna see steam. People think it's smoke. It's just steam from that water. So no worries there whatsoever. As if it is a concern for yours, then dial back the dampness of the beard.
Yeah, just wait a little bit longer.
100%.
Or blow dry it a little bit more if you do that in combo.
Exactly.
I do the combo for sure.
Yep, same. And so, and maybe you even use that as a measurement to know how, like, oh, okay, my beard was a little bit too damp today. Let me go ahead and go back. But you don't have to worry about damage. You don't have to worry about any issues. It's fine on the tool side of things, and it's fine on the beard side of things. So Daniel, thank you. Keep these coming, you guys. Please don't ever hesitate to ask a question. Even if you're like, I think I know the answer, you're helping other people out. I think sometimes people don't ask questions because they're like, I don't want to seem vulnerable.
Or how to say it. Or you know, like I know we have our own jargon, you know, things that they're not sure how to say, like certain things, like what's the underbeard, you know, that kind of thing. So they don't want to sound...
Right.
You know.
Right. For me, if I go into an arena or an area that I'm not super familiar with, I hate that feeling of like, I'm not speaking their language, you know. The mayor and I, we won't get into it, but the mayor and I went to a store of a lifestyle that we're not used to. And you can kind of be looked at as an outsider. And I don't want anybody to feel like that on this show here.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I didn't know what you were talking about.
Yep. I got to drive his Jeep that day. That was pretty cool. So first time I ever drove a Jeep. Awesome, guys. Questions here, please drop a comment in the chat if you have any questions. But first, Adam says, thank you both and everyone in the chat for the encouragement. I didn't say this. I didn't say this Wednesday was my birthday, but because it was on here tonight, it made my birthday that much more special. That's cool, man. Dude, thank you.
You were our content. Like you probably took 3 to 4 questions of guys that were going to ask the same thing. Just very thorough and good. Great pictures. Love it.
Absolutely love it.
A+.
All right, Daniel says, what is the best way to get the underbeard out and stop it from curling up?
I think for me the biggest thing to underbeard is using the blow dryer. I use it for support to like my shape and all that. So I like to first thing I'll put my oil in, wait my 5 minutes, and then I hit it with the blow dryer because it just I think adds volume. And a little trick too, you know, the higher your heat. On the blow dryer, mine has heat settings. Does yours have?
Yeah, usually they have 3 settings.
If I want to try and push it out bigger, I do a higher heat because you know, it just seems to expand a little bit more. But underbeard, stop curling up. Now, if you're talking on the neckline, which could be, do you take it that way? Like
I wouldn't. No.
Okay. So yeah, I use a blow dryer. The heated brush is really good for like the outside and the finishing style.
Blow dryer, and the key thing is blowing it away from your face. It's simple, easy. Get it away from your face, and you're huge. Also, very, very true. Mitch says sometimes I use a pick on my underbeard. I do as well.
Good call.
That's the only way I use a pick is from underneath. Very good call, Mitch. Thank you, man. That is absolutely awesome. And Judd, who is a stud, says oil, then heat, then balm or butter. Perfect. Literally every word in that sentence is laid out perfectly. Oil, then heat, then balm or butter, or neither of those. Just oil only would be an option if you wanted to as well. All right, G squared. How long or how many rounds of transparency trims do you think I need to go through until the cheek and neck hairs start to grow at the same rate as the front of the beard? Woo! I don't know if they ever will.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to grow at the same rate, but you can still have them even off.
Yeah. You can have them blend together. I don't think that there's any way to predict an answer to that one. I would say just keep doing those transparency trims. Enjoy the journey as you get there. And I know you're not worried. I'm not trying to downplay that at all. But
I think, I think you're going to have, even when you get to that perfect length that you love, you're going to have to continue to trim because those fast growers or guys are going to kind of try to push the boundaries and you're just going to have to maintain it there. So the goal is more about when you get there, not that they're going to all be at the same. They just don't all get along.
Yeah, yep. It's
Teenagers.
impossible. It's impossible for them to grow together. Love that. Thank you, man. And again, guys, keep these questions coming. This is our time. We pencil in a good amount of time for you guys to have these questions. Otherwise, we got to leave early, and we don't want to do that. This is our time together. Craig, I'm passionate about this answer, so thank you for asking. I'm passionate about most, but you guys know what I mean. At what point would you recommend stop trimming the neckline? Everyone's beard grows differently, but in general, how many months along? Craig, I'm not going to give you a month's answer. What I'm going to give you is a two-part answer that is the best answer you could hope for and imagine if somebody's being real with you. So when to stop trimming the neckline is, number one, all entirely based on your comfort level and your goals. If your goal is to have my beard and your comfort is I'm cool with riding it out, you should never trim your neckline. My neckline is 100% natural. Now, if your comfort level is not that, you're like, man, if I have the mare's length beard and it's showing all my neck hairs, I can't do that. I can't go to my job. My wife doesn't like it. Whatever the case may be, my answer for that would be you stop trimming the neckline when the beard starts to cover it and you can't see it looking straight on. Not looking up, not analyzing, not getting ready in front of the mirror.
It's based on how, yeah.
It's conversational head position. If you can see it, trim it. If you can't see it, leave it alone. Very, very simple. That is a great way to grow a full beard and look purposeful along the journey. If you can see it, trim it. So how many months? Everybody's different, right? The mare will never likely have to trim his neckline. Even if he wanted to go for a super full beard, his neckline is perfectly level with his conversation head position. So,
hello.
Some people just have it like that.
There's a lot of things that aren't perfect about me, guys.
Mine literally goes down to my collarbone and then starts to Velcro with my chest hair. So it's totally up to you, man. Totally up to you.
Just random.
Is there an oil or butter that helps relieve nasal and chest congestion? Nothing that would be like promised or guaranteed, but Coach, I would say look for those invigorating scents. Luckily, you're talking to probably the biggest fan on the planet. We don't like to give too many specific recommendations on this show because we just want it to be purely about the help. But Marshall, I would say check out Noel by West Y. I would check out Invigoration by Artiest Man.
Yep.
I would say check out Icy Mac by the Bearded Mac. And I do have a collab coming with Weatherbeard in a couple of weeks. That is exactly on that type of vibe. So those would be my main ones. There's definitely others that are out there, but those would be some of the most used ones that I would go with. Yeah, easily. I think that those are fantastic ones. So yep. All right, Winter's Chill from Artiest Man if you want a thicker oil as well. Yep, that's a good call for sure. Good call for sure. All right, guys, keep the questions coming if you have anything here. Mary, you got any questions? Got any stories from the week? Anything going on in life that people might find interesting?
We're gonna try. I do Beyond Beer on Sundays, and we're gonna try something totally different. I'm gonna tell you guys right now. I do that Sunday live, but this is kind of gonna be on the chat this week, in a way. The topic is gonna be catch me up on fantasy football. Believe it or not, if you guys are into fantasy football, I have 2 teams that I haven't logged into since I want to say the draft, and I get notifications, but that's just my life right now. I'm pretty couple jobs, and I just can't sit down and get into that when I know I could be doing this or that or that. I lost track of it. I've been in a league for 20 years, one of these leagues. So we're gonna jump in live. We're gonna jump into my accounts. You're gonna help me. You're gonna tell me. I hear the Lions are doing all right.
Yeah,
I haven't been watching. I haven't watched because on Sundays I have my live stream on that night. I don't know, we do church and then I get up really early and work out and I just try to do family time and I haven't been watching anything. I was into sports big time, and just with all the jobs and all that, I totally dropped it. So you're gonna catch me up. Tell me, I don't even know if I've won any games yet, and help me out, and maybe we can set some things up for the rest of the season for my teams.
So tune in, guys. Sunday, it is going to be about teaching the mayor some fantasy football tactics and helping him out. Who knows? Maybe he makes the playoffs. Maybe he can win some money. And
how far into the season are we? 10, 11?
We're pretty far in. It's
guys,
coming up.
I'm not embarrassed, but I don't know. It's just been so busy. Just life's been really busy.
Yep. So check that out, guys. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun, and you support the mayor on something that he really loves. It's helped him grow, and it's an enjoyable show. Sunday nights, 9 p.m.
And those that watch regularly, we're gonna have the real still, and we'll everything will be same. But we're just kind of mixing things up, trying a little bit different.
Yeah, yep. We would love to have more people attend that show. So any way you guys can help, it is greatly appreciated. Jason says, what's the best way to get rid of cowlick? On the left side, just under the sideburn, going to the cheek, flips outward. Jason, man, that is my exact thing here. Heat. I use a heated brush only on my sideburns, exactly what you're talking about right there. And mine are a mess today, but you guys can kind of get an example, an idea right there. On my sideburns, my mustache, and then under my jaw. That is the only places I use it for that exact reason. And it is a daily battle. Every time you shower, it is going to come back again. But that's okay. That's part of the process. So likely a heated brush would make all the difference in the world for you. So just something to keep in mind. And Thomas says, I've been trying to get rid of patches in my beard, but haven't found anything that works. What do you recommend? Thomas, I would say look up my accelerator. Look up Dancy Bearded Accelerator. That could help you out. Or look up a video I just posted like 3 days ago about ways that you can activate dormant hair follicles. That could be exactly what you need. So Thomas, 2 videos to look up. Dancy Bearded Dormant Follicles. It's literally, I think, 2 videos ago. And then Dancy Bearded Accelerator. I think both of those could really help you out. Go, Mayor.
Does anyone use Gold World beard oil? And if so, can someone tell me about the viscosity is? I've never heard of it. I've never used it.
Nope. Never heard of it, Andy. Sorry, man. Gold World. I don't get a great first impression from it, but that means nothing.
You never know.
Yeah, you never know. Yep, I have not seen that one yet. All right, Adam says, how long can the sideburn hair get? Every single person is different. Your terminal length of your sideburn is a lot shorter than the terminal length of your jaw and jawline, but some people have longer hair there than the rest of their beard. So there is truly no answer to that. Generally speaking, the real terminal length of beard as like a mass is 2 feet. So 24 inches on the sideburns. Don't know. If it's the head hair, a lot longer than the beard hair. And will they ever get long enough to straighten out? On their own? No. That is, and I hate to say this, but it is one of the biggest misconceptions, is that people think
Is this going to ever lay down?
And people say, hey, grow your beard out. If it gets longer, gravity's going to take over. Here's the little spoiler. Our beards aren't very heavy. Like, gravity does some things to human bodies, right? You all know what I'm speaking about. A couple different angles, right? The beard doesn't do that. I wish it did. I wish it was as simple as that. And I've used this example before, and he's always gracious. Brian Carter in the chat is absolutely the man. He has a really unique wavy beard, and his beard is long. It's way longer than mine. Gravity has not straightened his beard out. And the likelihood of your sideburns is so much lower than even like the mass of your beard. So thank you, Doug. You're the man, dude. So It's not likely going to happen. Unfortunately, our beards just aren't heavy enough for it to straighten out like that. And Jason says, thanks, that's what I was doing, wondering if there's something I was missing. Yep, nope, every time it gets wet, it's gonna flip back up again. There is no secret sauce there. Yep. Only my yeah, I hear you. Oh, and the flyaways. Yep. Yeah, the flyaways are not solved by gravity or anything like that either. Yeah, no doubt about it. And Brian's Naturalist, yeah, G Squared does have some really wicked ways that we've shown on this show before too. Cool. Awesome, guys. Hey, I think we cleared all the questions. If you guys have some, we put them in the chat. We'll try to pop them up as we go through the show. And who knows, maybe it's a little bit of an early night, and that's okay.
That's okay. This is Joe P. I shaved the skin around mid-July. I've been there, Joe. It was early July, though. Very close to when the mayor... Oh, next sentence. I need to stop ad-libbing and just read.
No, ad-lib.
And this is... Okay, I'm going to start over. I shaved the skin around mid-July, very close to when the mayor shaved. And this is where my beard is at present. I want to know if you think that the beard type... if I have the beard type to keep growing for length, or do you recommend I stop? Do I do transparency trim and stay in this length or shorter? Thanks so much, guys. So we're like, 5 months in, roughly.
Your beard buddies. Your beard buddies. Yeah, your brothers.
Yeah.
Joe! Oh, yeah, Joe Perry. Awesome, man. I forgot that he was one of the guys that trimmed and shaved at the same time. So he wants to know, do I have the beard type to keep growing for length, or do you think I do a trim and stay at this length, or do I go shorter? So longer, maintain, or go shorter? What you think?
I think keep going.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think that you've got great growth and good shape. Black shirt's always gonna make the hair pop out a little bit on a light color.
Yep.
But I don't even know if we're looking at a transparency trim yet or any kind of adjustment. I think just keep going. And it's interesting because I've kind of cleaned up my beard, and I think he's more like if I just kept going.
Yeah. Yeah, and here's a crazy thing too. When you think about your beard and going through here, Jason, who we showed earlier, same age. That's crazy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's
cool.
a crazy beard. So yeah, everybody's saying grow it, man. I think it looks absolutely awesome. Truly, truly awesome here. And if you want to read that one,
sure. If you want it longer, you can do that for sure. Great potential there, brother. Yeah, absolutely. In the chat, guys, everybody is kind of like, I think we need to see it get longer. I think that is the consensus.
For sure. And do the beard booster pills work? They can. Yeah, absolutely, man. Everything in your body has a peak potential of its performance. Very few humans reach peak potential performance on any aspect of their body. And your beard needs a lot of nutrients. It needs a lot of hydration. It needs a lot of vitamins, a lot of minerals, all those different things that have to come into play. If you're deficient in those at all, taking supplements can make a huge difference. Now, you can take them individually. You can take hair and nail supplements. You can take biotin by itself. You can take collagen. You can do all these different things. But there are beard companies that put them all together and say, this thing is good for your beard growth. Do they work? It will likely improve your beard's growth rate and your beard's health. What it will not do is grow hair where it does not exist already. So if you are saying, hey, man, I got these patches, will these pills fill in my patches? No. But if it does have a good amount, 10,000 mcgs of biotin, your hair is likely going to grow faster. Now, is it specifically targeting your beard? No. It's going to be all of your hair. But yeah, absolutely. There's real science behind it. There's real experience behind those. And as long as they are a quality one. There are a couple ones out there that I do not believe are quality based on the supplier, based on what they have. There's some that I was baffled on that had some DHT blockers in them. So it does depend on which ones you get. So yes. Does cold showers help beard hair? Andrew, yes. After the stream, if you could, please look up Dancy Bearded Cold Rinse. And I explain literally the science behind how that can help your beard. So I think that could do a lot to help you guys out. My high school went 10-0 and won first playoff game. Awesome.
Nice.
There's a school down the road from us, literally just down the road, who is in the state semifinals for the first time ever. And if they win, they go to the Ford Field where the Lions play for the first time in school history. So I hope they do well.
Down the road that way?
Goodrich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it that way? I'm all turned around.
I am turned around
that way,
too.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know.
So yeah, they.
That's so cool.
I hope that they do well. I think
Yeah.
it's gonna be a cool game. It's in like Rochester tomorrow. So yes. Hey guys, is the size of the white bulb at the end of the shredded hairs any indication of beard health? No. The color of it is, but not the size of it. The size is almost purely genetic. All right.
Michael H. I've had a goatee for years, but decided in mid-August to let the beard grow free. I've not used any products, but I'm going to soon. I just got the Ladies Man Beard Butter from BB Beard Care, and I am that type of person who has a hard time not comparing my beard to others. So I'm here for help and guidance. So he has 5 pictures he sent us, and each we can look at it. And then, I'll just read through them. This is the right side of my face.
We'll take a look. Yeah, let's take a look.
Picture 1 says, this is the right side of my face. Seems to be not as full as the other side.
Let's take a look, and then we'll hit each one. All right, so Michael.
This one.
Thank you, Michael, for sending in, man. Great, man. What a dense beard, dude.
Right.
Absolutely dense beard. So here's what we're looking at. So first picture, we're going to focus on this one, guys. Keep that in mind. Boom. Got this one?
Read the number 2. Or read the
Yeah.
Okay, this is the right side of my face. It seems to be not as full as the other side. Or it could just be me.
All right, so the right side compared to this one. There definitely, Michael, is something going on right here. And it 100% could be solved by styling.
Yeah.
The hair is going this way. This hair is going this way. It's flaring out. There's something explaining this.
Maybe even a dominant hand brush style to a point.
No way. Yeah,
No.
that's extreme.
Yeah.
It's got to be you're sleeping or something,
It's
because
like a
those
mask.
hairs. Yeah, a mask, maybe CPAP machine, something. There's something that is 100%. Boom, throwing these hairs this way. Heat is going to be your only option to really get that going in the direction you want. So you're at a length where a heated brush would work well. You may be using it already.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
This looks like, so it'd just be the case of dialing in.
He says he sleeps on the right.
Yep.
Okay.
So Mike, that would be your cause right there, is that sleeping.
And I bet you tuck in a pillow or something, because I know I do.
100%. A hand, a pillow, a corner of a pillow. That is exactly what's going on. Okay, cool. Check. Got that. And you will have an immediate impact if you can change the way you sleep. I know that's tough.
Yeah.
Or get a heated brush and change the style of that. I've never used heat on it so far. Dude, prepare for a game changer. Game changer. That's what I was thinking too, Jason. Leans on his elbow, hand under the beard. I thought the same exact thing. Yep. All right, game changer, Michael. Trust us on that one.
Okay, so left side first. Number 3. This is the comb with boar bridge before I left the house for. Okay, so So it's styled with the borders, like that's it's very straight.
Very dialed in. Yep, that looks really good. Really, really good. Cool.
And then the next slide, this is dry morning. I normally take a shower in the morning 95% of the time, but not this time. So it is like this usually when I first wake up, jumping in the shower. And then the last photo is the neckline to give an idea of where I'm at in the beard journey. Clean it up once early on before I found your channel.
All right, let's take a look, and then we'll finish it up here. All right, awesome neckline, dude. Very natural, very, very good. Then he's saying this is when I don't shower here. Okay, all right. And then, all right, I'm just looking for general guidance and if I should do anything with the cleanup, trim-wise, fuller look. All right, awesome, man. Let's take a look. Again, first and foremost, I think that heat is going to be a massive, massive game changer for you. Like you wouldn't believe game changer for you. The only other thing that I would advise on is I would love to see you let that mustache grow a little bit more. I could tell that you trim that, clean that up. I think that your mustache has all the follicles in the world on it, and that has the ability to be a centerpiece, to be a star of the show. Of course, it can come with some inconvenience, but a heated brush can help you control that mustache, and it's going to make a really nice difference. Dude, yeah, you're going to use the heat on your beard. It's going to get you the direction you want. I'm excited to see you dive into using some heat.
Yeah, night and day difference. We've seen it so many times.
Yep, and beard products, I cannot explain to you how important those will be.
Yeah.
You got a good quality beard oil on the way. After the shower, make sure your beard is damp but not dripping. Apply that beard oil, wait 5 minutes, and then use the heated brush, and it's going to be awesome, man. You are going to have An absolutely amazing beard. Daniel, same here, man. Not taking a shower or heat, it's not even remotely presentable. That's a great way to put it. Yeah, great way to put it. So, man, wonderful beard, Michael. You're doing great, dude. I'm excited to see some updates as you come through. And he says, I've really only used a boar's bristle since I've grown it out. What should I do on that end? I've really only used a boar's bristle. So, Michael, what I would say is a couple of things that you want to add to your repertoire. One is going to be a beard comb. You should be using a beard comb at this point of your journey. I have a video coming out on that soon. A brush is no longer going to do it to get down to your skin and to get through that beard.
And I think you can kind of see you've got it kind of rounded, and if we could do something like a Chicago number 8 or a comb, where you start bringing it out, you're going to see the volume kind of come out too.
Yeah, so I would say look up a Chicago comb number 8. Game changer again. And that's one of those things people don't believe. They think it's all hype. They think it's all people blowing stuff out of proportion. It's an amazing comb that will last forever. And then also a heated brush. And it depends on your budget. There's a lot of good options for heated brushes out there. But I think that could really take it to the next level, as well as you using beard oil. And then I would say the only other essential thing is beard wash. If you don't have a dedicated beard wash, I would really look at doing that. Or if you're like, nope, that's too far, I can't spend that stuff, maybe get a good natural baby wash. It's going to be better than using like head hair shampoo or something else out there.
A little bit less less corrosive, harmful. Yep, softer.
Yep. And Paul's right here too. If you feel like your beard is too short for that, but I think he's in the number 8 range. Chicago combs have other options too. The number 6 is like the same size and shape as a Kent comb. And Kent comb has a bazillion options out there. But I personally have just been a fan of the carbon fiber over the plastic because it's heat proof and it's waterproof. But the biggest one is there's no static. I get static from Kent combs. So I think that would be a big one. Are you guys still sending in inspiration photos or goal photos? Hey, they are fully welcome. We get them from time to time. I think we had one last week.
Sure.
So yeah, it's just on the people that want. But yeah, Kent comb is great.
If we got somebody's beard and a picture of it, we can find things to talk about.
For sure.
Most of the time.
Yep. Awesome. All right, guys, and we will leave a couple minutes here as we go through. But that's the end of the scheduled beards that we have. Mayor, how do the people watching right now or later in this week? We need you guys. We want this show to help people out, and we need the models. We need the pictures, the questions. How do they get involved next week?
beardadvicelive@gmail.com is your email address. We would ask you to send in a front-facing picture and a side picture with, as you saw tonight, hopefully you watched the show, a description of what's going on, whether it's specific questions. You can see some people had many questions. Some had one specific. Some were following up. If we've asked you for something, you can send in the follow-ups. We appreciate that. We always have things to talk about and compare. So, again, beardadvicelive@gmail.com. And the chat, we love having, people to look at as well. But we'll always take questions during the show as well.
I love this, too. So I'm going to tell you an idea that's popped in my head. He says, and you're exactly right on how I sleep with my arm under my head. I knew it. I want to do it, and this could be a fun thing. I want to do some kind of segment where we're like mind readers, and hear me out. And I don't know if you guys follow TikTok, but there's like a guy who is going around to all the sports teams and celebrities, and he's able to like read their mind on freakish stuff right now, and I don't know how he does it. But I want people to send in pictures of their beard, just like Mike did, right? I want to see your pictures, and I want to make assumptions based on your pictures. So, for example,
like a first woken up in the day, or like what beard is it?
Any beard picture.
Okay.
So let's say he sends this picture in here, and I would have said, I'm getting, the beard is speaking to me that you sleep on your right side with your hand under the pillow, and they're gonna be like, oh my God, you're right.
Oh, I'll do that to people in public now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
There's certain things we've learned through doing this show that you can just spot it and say you're, this or that. Or
are you a truck driver because of this that I've picked up, right? Are these things? I think that would be really interesting because a beard tells me a whole lot. I can make assumptions based on lifestyles. I can make assumptions, so many different things. And it's super, like, I know if a beard uses heat or not, right? I know if this is using this or that. It's really interesting. So really interesting. Hey Dan, why do you use beard butter at night only? Because I don't have a need for it during the day. I like the feel and the look of my beard better without any solid products in. I have a healthy enough beard where I don't need that extra nourishment and I don't need any styling help. So it's just a personal preference, but also based on my lifestyle and the status of my beard. If I felt like my beard was off and didn't feel right and needed some boost, then I would add butter, but I just haven't felt like I need that. And Thomas, the email is scrolling down at the bottom if you want to write that down. It's also in the description, but so I can say it out loud as well for the audio learners out there. It is beardadvicelive@gmail.com. Very simple. This show is called Beard Advice Live. Just add @gmail.com on there.
No spaces, no nothing.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So just like an out. Yeah, that's kind of what the mayor was saying. That would be easy. That would be like super simple work for me. I would be like, oh, I know that you sleep very heavy and you do not move during the night. Oh my God, he's right. I sleep like a rock. Or, oh, your wife dominates the bed and you only get the foot. Like, I could get those things, man. That would be cool. Are you growing out that mustache then? No plans. I literally, and it probably doesn't even make sense for me having this channel and this show and all these things. I don't have goals with my beard. I don't know when I'm going to trim it next. I don't know what anything. I just go, and then when something hits me, I go from there. So no conscious plans right now, Nick. It probably just looks bigger because I didn't do the lazy walrus today. This is like the sleeping walrus. I've never done this, but how come hairspray is okay for your head hair but not for your beard? It's not okay for your head hair. It's horrible for your head hair.
The alcohol in it dries out.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, that's the worst part.
Yep. So your head hair is way greasier than your beard. So things that do dry, things that are kind of terrible, it's not quite as impactful on your head hair because you have that sebum oil 5 times as much coating the hair and allowing it to be a little bit more resilient than our beards. So our beards are just way more sensitive than our head hair, unfortunately, except for DHT. Our head hair is way more sensitive to DHT than our beards. But the alcohol is absolutely terrible. Yep, absolutely terrible on this one. Should you use beard butter every day? I recommend it. I
have been more. We had that kind of got on me the other day.
Yeah.
It does seem like it does soften. I do notice in the morning after I put it on.
Yep.
For sure.
If I don't use beard butter, the next day I have 2 things that happen. 1, my beard's not as soft and as lifelike. But number 2, my shedding is drastically increased when I don't use beard butter. I mean, like noticeably doubled. So for me, beard butter is so important. And I have gone times where I don't, whether it's a camping trip or the family's sick and I'm like, I just don't want to do this or whatever it may be, you know? And so I notice it. So yep, I do use it every single time, every single day with a couple of random exceptions that are out there. And I enjoy it. I was talking to somebody, the same person that I mentioned earlier today. I was like, man, people talk about like, oh, I don't have that much time to get ready. I love my time getting ready. I enjoy taking care of myself. I enjoy that time for me as a dad of a family of young kids and the sole income provider of the family and stuff. You got a lot that's on you, right? Sam would call me the glue or the rock. And that comes with always being available, always having stuff coming your way. When I get my beard ready, it's just me. I'm not checking emails. I'm not getting Violet's yogurt. I'm not doing all these things. It's just me. And so I do enjoy that time. I really do. Can low testosterone have a negative effect on beard health? The biggest.
Yeah.
Yep. Your beard is literally there because of your testosterone, right? If we want to break it down biologically, difference between males and females is testosterone, and our beard is a product of the male testosterone, which is DHT. DHT gives us low voices, gives us chest hair, gives us male pattern baldness, but it also gives us beards. So if you lower that, the worse off your beard health is going to be. So yes, and I do know people that have gone through TRT or testosterone injections that their beard has skyrocketed. There's even people you guys know, I'm not going to say it, but their beard has improved with testosterone therapy as well. Do you think shed hairs come out in the beard butter application instead of the next morning? No, it is it is 100% a vastly different feel and a vastly different loss. I love that question. That's a very inquisitive question. But no, my beard does not respond as well when it's not there. It's just when you go all night, you guys. If you have not applied anything before bed, you're going 5, 6, 7, 8 hours with no nutrients. You're not drinking water. You're not eating. You're not moving. You're doing nothing but sleeping. And your beard is going to suffer because of that. If you have butter, at least that's doing its job. At least that's working and giving you those long chain fatty acids, giving you those different things that are going to aid the hairs themselves. So great question, but no. Leo said he trimmed his beard himself, rounded off the bottom, looks way better. That's kind of like we were talking about earlier. And Jose says, I have a medium beard. Around, I use a blower and a heated brush. I drink a gallon of water a day. On the morning, the beard looks perfect to my routine. Couple hours, it looks messy, even with balm. Dial in that heat routine, man. Maybe
depends on what you're doing during the day.
Yeah, depends on your climate. Are you in a humid area? Good luck. Maybe it's 2 ways to think about this as a solution, right? Let's give you real information to solve it. You could, as we mentioned earlier in the show, Jose, you could over straighten it. You can make it like more straight than you want and then allow your day to make it into essentially your goal. Or you can change your styling up. Florida, good luck, man. Good luck.
Florida's a battle, man.
Florida's a beast. No, so you're not going to or you could over straighten, but here's my advice to you. Change the way you style to embrace that more big fluff from the humidity. When I go to Florida, I change the way I style my beard. I embrace it. It's more like this than my normal one. So I would encourage you to lean into that climate, lean into that styling, and see what you can make out of that. Love that. Great question. You guys are bringing them to the end here, man. I love that. Are you trying to grow yours longer? If not, take biotin. Okay. Are you trying to grow your beard longer?
If not, why do you take biotin just to make your beard grow faster?
Oh, so essentially
healthier.
Right. So essentially what that is going to do is, right, as my beard grows longer, I want my beard to be as big and as full as possible. If I could have my beard down to my belly button and have it be this thick, I'm going to. And so what biotin does is it accelerates that growth phase. And so it's going to allow me to do transparency trims, but then have the stuff that lacks grow faster and longer. So essentially, why do I do biotin? So those under hairs, those supporting actors will get stronger and longer in the end. So yeah, great question again. Awesome, Bearded Mongol, very cool. Should you use beard butter on an unwashed beard? Yeah, that's not a big deal. So for me, I wash my beard in the morning. I use beard oil. Though. And right, oh, absolutely. Yep, great call. So I wash my beard in the morning. I use beard oil. Then at night, I get my beard damp, like I'm going to after the stream, and I put it on there. So it's not washed because I went about my day, but I will wash it the next morning. But I do agree with the mayor. I would not do butter twice without washing. What can I do? Watch my video today, Brian. Thank you. Yep.
Nice feed.
Melt it down and freeze it. Yeah. Brian was giving me assists from my video today. So thank you, Brian. He knows. There's some people, guys, that they know exactly what they're asking to help out. It's like former teachers oftentimes kind of know that deal. So yeah, that is really cool. Thank you, Brian, on the assist. Daniel does that as well. They'll ask questions, being like, I know this answer, but maybe it helps somebody else out there. So awesome. All right, guys. Hey, we're going to unless we have a great question or two roll in here, we're about ready to rock this out here. And I do hope you guys tune into the Mayor's Show on Sunday. You guys know that I have Commands Corner on Mondays, but I really would love you to tune in, see what he's got going on, see if it fits your style. I think it's a perfect way, depending on which way you look at it, to either wind down from the week or to get your week started, as many of you are going into that night of your next work week. So
listen to it in the morning on Monday too.
For sure. The replay value is always there. So thank you guys for watching today. beardadvicelive@gmail.com. Send in. We would love to have you on the show next week. We will get back to you. For anybody out there, if you did not, for any reason, hit that thumbs up on your way out if you enjoyed your time here. We are always happy to help you guys out. We're always happy when you guys help us out. So it's an amazing thing. Mayor, take them away.
Have a great week, guys. We'll see you next week remotely. You'll be in Florida. I'll be across the state, and we'll be a day before Thanksgiving.
That's right. And Brian asked another great question. Are we on Instagram? We are. Mayor's Beard Journey. and then Dan C. Bearded. We show many different sides of our life there. We'd love to have you guys check it out. All right, guys.